If you were able to stay consistent and keep the money that you make on your good trades and limit the losses that you take on your bad ones, would you be a profitable trader? My guess is that if you were even able to keep half the money that you made on your winning trades and eliminate half of the losses that you take on your bad trades, that you would be able to change your entire life with the money that you would make from trading. And that is exactly what Jaden was able to do. He went from getting stuck on the lower time frames and getting stuck on the 1 minute, stopped out and taking all sorts of senseless trades, to now he's made over $20,000 in less than 3 weeks from prop firms. And we're about to break down exactly how he did it step by step and teach you the strategy he used so you can use it too. Jaden, what is good, brother? How you doing?
Good, dude. It's good
Hell
to
yeah.
finally get here.
Dude, I know it's crazy because we've been off and on, like we've been in the same ecosystem for a long time now. So, being in the same communities before and then now moving to STB, it's just sick to see somebody come through their whole journey, right?
Right.
Um yeah, bro. So I guess just to start off, just talk a little bit about, how you got started trading and where you were at before, we started working together.
So I've really ever since high school is kind of like what started the mindset of like, dang, what like seeing Timothy Sykes or like Ricky Gutierrez, those penny stock guys is kind of like what sparked the idea. And I'm like, dang, people are making, just life changing money all from their home, and they're from where I come from. Like money isn't. We don't. I don't come from money, and to see people like when they flaunt their wealth like that, it's like, okay, like what are they doing to achieve this level of success? And like that's what kind of started it all, was seeing people live that lifestyle that I'm not living, or and like my people aren't striving to do better in life. I would say like they just go to work, and that's their life. They just go to work, and that's me personally. That's not what I wanted to do. And so, obviously starting out, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just blowing money left and right. I'm like, okay, I'd have a good day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a trader, and then blow it all the next day, and I'm like, okay, this is messed up. But I see that it's possible. I had that one good day. Like I had that good day to where I'm like, okay, it's possible. Like I just have to figure out what exactly am I doing. And so like, then I come across Playbit, and like still I wasn't really taking it serious. I'm like, okay, like I'm calling myself a trader, but I'm not really doing the work. Like I'm not understanding why are they buying here and what's making them want to sell here. Like I wasn't understanding the strategies behind it. And then like, I'd have good days, and then I would have bad days, and I'm like, okay, I'm learning more. And then like as soon as I started to finally sit down and start like studying, taking notes, and like just getting more screen study time, and like trying to figure out my strategy, what works for me, was really what started to help me understand more. But still, like when that started to happen, I started having better days, but there was still some flaws in my mentality and flaws in my thinking, to where it was like, is this something that I really see myself doing? Like I put all this time and effort into it, and like just getting really psychologically messed up, because like I was feeling like a boom and bust. Like I had a really good 3 months, but the way I was going about it, just it wasn't good. Like it wasn't better for longevity. Like it wasn't built to last. And then like it was like, so then I had to take a break. Like I took a big loss. I'm like, okay, I gotta I gotta sit back. I gotta reevaluate what I'm doing and just really think about it some more. And then that's when I reached out to you, and I'm like, okay, like I remember when you first started your YouTube channel, like being in the streams and stuff, and like it's crazy to see where you are now. Like like I remember you're like, yeah, I just got 10,000 views on my YouTube video. Like one of them's blowing up, and I remember being in the stream that day and hearing you talk about that stuff, and then to see where you're at now, it's like, holy crap! Like it's sick to see like how you and other people in that chat have grown from where they were. Like it wasn't that long ago before your YouTube channel didn't have that many subscribers, and stuff like that. But then, yeah, I mean, I've seen your success and I've seen what you've done in Playbit, and I'm like, okay, I know this dude's legit. Like I've seen the way he speaks about his trades and like what he's seen, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to learn, and that's when I reached out. And I mean, honestly, I don't think that it would have taken me a lot longer to get to where I am without your teachings.
All right, thank you, bro. First of all, I just want to say I'm proud as fuck of you, and the same goes for you. It's cool to see how far you've came, right? In this, just this. It doesn't. It feels like a long time, but it's really in the scheme of life a short amount of time, right? So hard
Right.
work and dedication can get you so far so fast if you stick with it. So it's awesome to see you come up as well, bro. And also, second, thank you very much for the kind words. And it's sick to see. There's not many people that I work like I wouldn't say there's not many, but I'd say most of the people that I either talk to or work with, they weren't around when I first got started. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's cool to be able to kill it together from day one and then just watch it evolve. So
Yeah.
but I also wanted to say, man, you did it, bro. Like I gave the guidance, I may have helped, but at the end of the day, I always, I'll tell you the same thing that I tell everybody is that you are the one who is successful, right? So hats off to you, bro. Now,
Right.
just to kind of outline, what that success looks like. How much money have you made just in the last, what is it, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, 3 weeks. So like I've done 20 grand in that 2 weeks, and then I was about to do another 10K for this third week, but I'm figuring out that I just have to keep doing what I'm doing because of course when I start trying to over leverage, then it's like all of a sudden like I'm right on, like my bias and everything is correct, but my entry just wasn't as prime, and then all of a sudden I try and over leverage and it just all goes left, and I'm like, so like I was kind of dealing with that this week. Like I turned a good week into like a break even week, and so I'm just like, okay, I just need to calm down and not get too big headed, because like it's a surreal feeling like when you're, because like it's one thing to get a payout, but like to get a 5 figure payout, it's like holy crap,
You got two
like
5-figure payouts. You didn't just get one. You
yeah,
got two in a row.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I think like to touch on that, man, you are correct. It is important to, stay composed. But at the end of the day, I mean, you'll see this more because you're just now like really starting to see that consistency, right? Like you got not one pay when you got the first payout, I was like, damn, that's awesome. Then I saw you in again with another payout. So I was just,
mm-hmm,
that is what really separates success from, being a gambler, right? And just because you
mm-hmm,
had a good week go to break even. Like that's going to happen to you hundreds of times throughout your career if you do this forever, right? That
right,
happens to me. I've had, now the main thing is just not letting it become like a really bad week. Like
yeah,
there's always four outcomes that can happen to a good trader, right? Huge win, small loss, or break even. As long as you're in that spectrum and you're managing risk and you're sticking to your plan, that's a win in my book because,
mm-hmm,
so just to touch on that, I wouldn't beat up on yourself, but it's good that you are trying to stay composed. So,
yeah,
from going from, kind of you were trading, you had the intrigue, you knew it was legit, you had been at this for years, and you knew the basics. You were an intermediate trader, right? So what do you think was it that bridged the gap between that, where you had this cycle of boom and bust and inconsistency, to being able to be, one of the few percent of traders who's able to not only extract one payout, not only extract a payout, but a over $10,000 payout twice within a 3 week period? What do you think was the biggest thing that helped you get to that level?
um so like before the way, with the way I was trading, it wasn't like the way to manage your risk. It wasn't so like the entries and the exits weren't as crisp and clear. Like with, whereas now we start talking about these footprints and how we react to them and like what we're looking for, and like really just going to the higher time frames has helped a lot. Like I don't really go down, like I see when we go on your streams, we go down to all the way to the 1 minute, and like I'm trying to get better at it, but like when I have my higher time frame bias, and then like just trade it off of that. Like where's the market going? Where is it drawing to? And like really understanding that like the range structure too. Like I think that stuff helps a lot. Like once I started implementing that stuff into my trading, like I feel like I kind of understand after being in this market for so long, like kind of what it does and how it moves. And then like it's crazy because like as I started the course, it's like I'm already applying it to my charts and seeing that it works, and then all of a sudden like it's like putting pieces to the puzzle. Like I'll go over a lesson and then all of a sudden it's happening like real time, and I'm like, hold on, like didn't I just learn this? Like, and so like then to see it, and then I wasn't even looking at time, like how time and price are like together like that, and then like once I like it's just adding more lenses, everything just starts getting more clear, and then like I still think that I have more to learn. Like everything's still not crisp, but definitely like yeah, just understanding how prices like where's it drawing to. I think that that's helped a lot, and just staying on the higher time frames and not getting so caught up in the lower time frames. Like I see people saying, "Oh, SMT on the 1 minute," and I'm like, is that even enough to tell us that price is going to go in the other direction? You know, like that's on the 1 minute. I've seen the 1 minute do this and it should go here, but it just does the complete opposite, you know? And
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say definitely just not getting caught up in the fluff of the lower time frames has definitely helped a lot.
Yeah, I love that, man. And at the end of the day, I kind of asked that question, like, what's the one thing? But it's a little bit of a trick question because there is no one thing. It's exactly as you explained it. It's a process, right? It's not just
Right.
like, oh, this one thing made me profitable. So when I ask people that, it's kind of a little bit of a trick question. I always like to see what people say because it's never just one thing, right? It just kind of
Right.
really solidifies the way that I think any successful trader looks at successful trading is that it's a process. It's not just one aha moment, it's a series of aha moments. And you also hit it
Yeah.
on the head that it's, if you can tell where the market's going, let's just, why do most 1 minute traders that do fail, why do they fail? It's not because they don't understand a market structure shift. That's really easy. It's because they don't understand where the hell the market's actually going. So if
Right.
you can just
Right.
figure that out and you have good enough risk management, you know, and that's we've even talked about that in the stream sometimes. It's like, hey, if you're struggling on the 1 minute, if you want to learn the exact strategy that Jaden used to go from unprofitable to making $20,000 from prop firms in less than 3 weeks, go ahead and click the link down in the description. Just get good at bias. And if you look, okay, hey, here's where we're at. Here's where the draw on liquidity is. Do I have good enough risk to reward? You have a trade, right? That's
Right.
all.
Right.
That's all trading is. It's not about getting the pinpoint accurate, max
Mm-hmm.
RR. It's just about consistency and managing risk and finding suitable opportunities. If you can do that, you beat 95% of the market, just like you have. So, dude, I'm
Right.
just extremely proud of you, bro. And it's really cool when you get to the point where you're at because you've had this big push up. You're gonna kind of, get used to it. There's gonna be some ups and downs, but then the next leg up you have is gonna be amazing. So,
I'm excited for that next leg. Like I'm just trying to stay consistent, and like ever since like I think about like you as a successful trader and what you're doing even at today's level to still keep going and better yourself. And like I think that just the way you start the blueprint is like, all right, we have a habit tracker. We're journaling, like really just I've been waking up earlier, like just trying to better myself, and like not do things that are gonna like fog up my mind or cause cloudy vision. Because like being in this market or like being in this profession, like you have to be on point. Like nobody likes losing money, and so like just it's and like even around my peers in today, like a lot of them aren't doing stuff to better themselves, like, and it's just fun to like I enjoy growing personally, like just doing things that are going to make me like be who I want to be. Like I'm just it's a series of little things that like form in these smaller habits that will eventually be normal. And like even I'm sharing my success with my friends, and like some of them are starting to get into trading, and they're like, "Yo, this is so crazy, bro. Like you're really doing it." And I'm like, in my head it's not really crazy, cuz like why am I like what have I been doing for the past 4 years? What have I haven't been just staying up late nights, waking up early morning, and just to expect the stuff to not work. And so like I'm like, you guys are about to see this, like this is going to become normal, like this stuff isn't crazy. And like I try and guide them, like what are the good people doing? Like you guys see me getting up early, studying on Saturday nights and doing stuff like that, and you guys want to like ask me how I'm doing. I'm just doing what I feel like is necessary for me to level up in life.
and that's what it
But yeah.
comes down to, man. Like people always, how are you doing this? And I've seen it tons of times, man. And at the end of the day, it's not rocket science. Input equals output. Like you said, you've had all those late nights, early mornings for 4 years, and you've worked your ass off. Why is it crazy? It's not crazy. What's crazy is when people expect to be successful without putting in the work, right? So if you just, and that's why I always tell everybody, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be just a natural born trader. You don't have to be any of that. You just have to be somebody who is willing to repetitively go through the process that takes you to becoming successful. And that's why I've instilled that so much in everything we do, from, like you said, the habit tracking, the trade journal review, the, daily markups, the daily accountability. Everything is a part of making you into the person who can be a successful trader, because nobody is born that, right? That's why most people
Right.
fail at trading. And that's why the failure rate of trading is so high. It's not because trading is just this impossible thing. It's just that people don't want to do what it takes to do to be successful, right? So it's cool to have seen that you've really stayed, dedicated to it. And I've seen it throughout years now of knowing you. And it's cool as hell, man. Like I was just talking to Hunter and I was like, this is probably one of my favorite, all my success stories and your success stories, everybody's success stories are awesome, but this is one of my favorite just because I've just seen the whole thing. You know what I mean?
All right.
And I know how powerful it is to get that first big dub, bro. So, dude, I just want to say I appreciate you a ton for
Thank you.
applying
I
yourself, for
appreciate
putting
you
in the
too, brother.
work. Well, cheers to the future, bro. Let's go out and make some more money. Let's get it, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If you want to learn the exact strategy that Jaden used to go from unprofitable to making $20,000 from prop firms in less than 3 weeks, go ahead and click the link down in the description. Also, just a final thought, remember that trading is hard. You heard Jaden, it took him years to go from unprofitable to being able to make large amounts of money in the markets. And the only reason that he made it to this point is because he never gave up. He did all of the hard things. He stayed dedicated. He worked on his personal development. And these are things that I always make sure that all of my students are doing. And that is why he went from years of being unprofitable to now he's able to consistently make 5-figure payouts from prop firms. And it's not rocket science, right? Input equals output. If you go through all the motions, if you do the hard work, then you will become successful, okay? It's just a matter of how long. So this is just your reminder that if you're struggling, don't give up, right? Just stick with it. Just make sure that you're actually doing all the things that you need to do. Stay with it, and I promise that you will get to where you want to be. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.